keep that in mind as you're listening to the synopsis. It's about a cowboy and his horse who decide to swap rodeo for a really long vacation in the Middle East, where they take up competitive sand sculpting instead, because why not? Expect lots of sand, and even more sand, with a few horses and cowboys thrown in for good measure.
Hidalgo.
Yeah!
Tim just nailed it.
He knows his horse movies. We've established this.
Viggo Mortensen loves horses. Oh shit, yeah, Tim does love horse movies.
Apparently I do. I don't fucking know.
You and Sam both are horse people.
It's true.
Weird. Why do I know that?
Especially based off that synopsis. Like, I'm shocked.
As soon as you started it, I was like, oh, I know what this is. I was like, immediately knew what it was.
It was the sand, and more sand that got him. He's like,
yeah.
Definitely that.
Oh, shit.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Flip of Flicks.
It's in the flicks.
Yeah. I'm Sam.
I'm Adam.
Well, let's see. This week,
Tim.
we watched Hidalgo.
Tim.
Because you guys were like, you need to pick a 7-letter movie under the Hangman rules. And I was like, Hidalgo.
I'm going to guess an I. Is there an I?
I don't think you gave me any vowels. It didn't work like that. It was basically like 7.
No, I was trying to play Hangman.
Okay. Yeah.
Hidalgo.
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 It is on Disney Plus. Is that where we watched it?
No.
Where did we watch it?
YouTube.
Yes.
Isn't it a Disney movie?
No. Yes and no.
I felt like I had it on VHS as a Disney film.
Oh, yes, but the DVD was distributed as a Touchstone picture, not a Disney film.
Well,
But it was made by Disney. It was originally produced by Disney.
All right.
It's complicated. It's a whole thing. I don't really know it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had the Disney VHS, which is why I was like, this is not a family-friendly film. But anyway.
I mean, Disney makes lots of non-family-friendly films.
Yeah, the mom dies all the time.
That's true. What do I know?
She hardly makes it to the end.
Usually animals die sometimes too. So.
And then if the mom lives, she's either like kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she's evil.
She's like an evil, or like the grandma's evil.
True.
Right. Yeah, something weird.
And like the whole end is it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you the synopsis for those of you that haven't seen this movie from 2004.
It's from 4. I thought it was 1, but that makes more sense.
Yeah, 2004 according to IMDb. The
2004. I thought it was 2004.
No, actually, Tim, it's 2023.
Oh shit! All right. Are you sure? Because I'm not sure.
I have lost track of time.
Who's to say?
I watched this at one point, but
in 1890, a down-and-out cowboy and his horse traveled to Arabia to compete in a deadly cross-desert horse race. So, I mean, that's correct.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
I didn't know 1890. I thought it was 2004.
I definitely I mean, I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention to the dates either, because I was like, 1890 feels early. That's not what I was thinking.
And then they were like, you know what? We really liked the intro to The Last Samurai, so let's do that again.
Yeah.
But make him a cowboy and put him in the Middle East instead of Japan.
Yeah, pretty much. And I remembered from watching this from my youth, like the race part. So I was very confused in the beginning when we were like in like a war camp and like he's just like in the Wild Wild West. I was like, wait, how do we get to this other storyline and when he's in the circus? And then obviously it finally comes together. But I just did not remember the beginning part of this film.
I would also state that I did not remember the middle part of this film.
Yeah.
I would also like to say that I remembered a completely different movie.
Oh, yeah.
I remembered a lot more horse racing in the desert.
I remembered a race, but I didn't remember it being such a big thing. I thought the race was like a small thing, and then he was sent on a mission in the Middle East to find some hidden city. And then the hidden city shows itself at the one point in the desert when, he's like about the horse. But like...
Did you watch like The Mummy or something? And think it was
I don't know
Hidalgo?
what movie that is. I have no
I
idea
was
what
gonna
movie
say
that
that's
is.
a completely different
That's not
film
this movie.
for sure.
I know that's what I'm saying because I was like, when's that gonna happen? And I was like, halfway through, I'm like, that's not this movie.
It can't be.
Tim watched a weird movie back then.
Wait, so have you actually seen Hidalgo before this?
I thought so.
That we're gonna go with maybe.
I definitely remember Aragorn, Strider, Viggo Mortenstein, however you say his name.
Yeah.
And the horse, the painted horse, and I remember the racing and stuff. I just didn't remember it being like the entire thing. I definitely thought there was some like mummy style not mystery, but like
Mission.
gotta find the treasure, thing. And that's what the race was for, or whatever. Like the race to the treasure, and like find. That's what I don't know.
All I remember from my point of view was I was like, I want to see Aragorn, son of Arathorn,
Yeah.
race across
cowboy.
race across the desert on a horse. That's all I wanted. I saw the trailer in theaters during Return of the King.
Oh.
Yes, they were trying to bank in on getting those Lord of the Rings fans.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he loves riding horses constantly. Like he
Horses
loved
are
it.
cool,
Yeah, he loved it when he was doing Lord of the Rings. He loved this. They saw him do it in the Fellowship and the Two Towers, and they're like, let's get this guy for our horse movie.
Speaking of the horses, well, go ahead.
Then he was like, I'm going to adopt this horse once we're done, and he did.
But not
Which
Hidalgo.
one? Hidalgo?
He adopted Hidalgo as well.
Oh, nice.
He has adopted
That's
at
cool.
least 2 or 3 horses.
I love it.
That's cool. So how many horses were actually used in the Hidalgo movie? Because you can clearly see at a few different points that it's a different horse.
No, it's one horse. Hidalgo is one.
No way. Because during the race on some of the close-ups, his face looks completely different.
Oh, it claims it's only one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you that there were 550 horses in the last scene.
Cool.
Yeah.
They brought in 550
all the
horses
Mustangs.
from where was it? Hold on. Where'd it go? In Browning, Montana.
That doesn't surprise me.
And they branded all of the hooves
Okay.
so that what?
To be like this horse was in the movie kind of thing?
No, to be like, that's my horse. That's his horse. That's Sam's horse.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, because they had to throw them all together.
Yeah, they had to throw 550 horses in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then at the very beginning of the race, apparently it was a really hard scene to shoot because all the horses started fighting.
Oh.
That's funny.
And in that scene, I'm sitting, I'm like, I want to be in the back. I don't want to be in the front. I've seen too many not movies about horses, but war movies where people get trampled.
Yeah.
/ then you're the first one in the quicksand.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But Tim, what were you going to say?
So I didn't think in this movie they made it seem like the Mustang horse was like a dirty horse.
Yeah.
Not a good horse. And it's like, from what I understand in American culture, they were always revered.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone ever being like Mustangs were bad, because the Mustang name from the horse has been put into many things, such as a vehicle, an airplane.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't quite follow that. That part bothered me. I was like, I don't recognize that.
They acted like it was a mutt.
Yeah.
Like
It was there's some horse not worth anything. It's like, I'm pretty sure Mustangs are like not necessarily highly sought after, but like rangers, cattlemen, all the they liked using them and stuff. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, thoroughbreds obviously are what Kentucky is a big thing for horses, so it's like thoroughbred's a big thing down there.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it like has to do with like the lineage.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
And Mustangs are just wild.
Got a hold of it, but
Mustangs were wild horses that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it dirty. Was it was not raised.
Right. It's not pure or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's a wild fucking horse.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I have never seen a wild. Well, I have never seen a wild horse relatively close.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever. Yeah, not close.
Mm-mm.
When I say close, I'm like within like I can see it with my plain eyes.
Yeah.
I've seen them in like a binoculars. I'm like, oh, look, there's wild horses over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Because I know in not Asheville, what part of North Carolina?
They're in the Outer Banks. They have wild horses on the beaches.
Yeah, they just roam the beach.
And Defusky Island has horses on it. I don't know how it's an island, so I'm like, somebody had to bring them over to begin with, right?
Somebody had to put them there, right?
They're technically like roaming free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Gainesville has that big prairie in
That's
Florida,
where we saw them.
and there's supposed to be wild horses there. But I feel like a lot of the places when we go to see wild horses, like if you go to see them, you don't see them.
We saw them in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Through like these binoculars on a tower, so that they were very far away.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'd like to see one closer up. That'd be nice.
I've also never heard of an intelligent horse, which Hidalgo clearly seemed to be an intelligent horse.
Exactly.
But from what I understand, everybody says they're just big dumb dogs. Like like that they're just like a not smart breed of dog is essentially how they act.
They were the first animal that allowed us to ride them.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, right? Like
Well, it's funny because like I felt like Hidalgo had like very expressive eyes.
Oh,
Like,
he
he was
did,
constantly
Them
side-eyeing
side-eyes?
him.
yeah, he side-eyed him a lot.
It was great. I was like, this is amazing.
Now, Tim, when you make your coffee, do you put a horseshoe in it to see if it floats? To know when it's done?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to come up. No, I don't, but I might try it.
Yeah, you might as well.
So that's like an actual like saying that people have said throughout time.
Really? See, this is the first I've heard it.
Yeah, same.
Like I get it, but I was
Googled
like,
it.
I've never heard this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Letter buck.
What?
Letter buck.
Letterbuck.
He said it twice in the film.
Oh, okay.
Letterbuck.
Letterbuck.
Yeah,
I was just saying because it's another saying. It's like what?
Yeah, you got
It
to
makes
kind of
sense,
know.
but it's like,
Yeah, there were times where I'm like, I didn't catch that. Can you say that again, Mr. Viggo?
yeah.
I was like, what is he saying? What are you saying?
I think it was he's a little mumbly and then his accent was very thick.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like, I'm lost, friend.
What'd you think of some of the falconry? That was pretty sweet.
That's pretty cool. I did remember that. That's pretty cool.
I've always wanted to learn falconry, and I know you have, Sam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if there are any falconeers, let us know how to get started.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, you need a bird
Yeah.
Well,
and then the glove.
and a glove.
apparently
and I think you're set.
in the U.S., you have to catch your own bird.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How the hell do you do that?
I don't know, which is insane to me. It's like, just go catch a hawk.
Yeah.
No big deal. How am I supposed to do? Okay, who's got the net gun? I've seen lots of played lots of video games, watched lots of movies. There's always a net gun, at least in cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the falconry dude was so dramatic. He's like,
so
please don't help me or whatever. And it's like, he's going to get you out of there. Like, just get over it, sir.
Yeah, I see nothing you can do about it.
My favorite thing was he was like, Allah is here, like Allah place is here to let me die. And I'm like, well, then in theory that Allah brought Frank to come save you.
Right, to save you. Yeah.
And I was like, nah, once you're like almost dead, that's it. But in reality, his God sent him to die, to be saved, to die again.
Yeah.
Moments later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got shot to shit.
Yeah.
Also, are we just not going to talk about how he killed a sheik's brother? Like, that's got to be like a taboo, right?
I don't know.
Like the dude that
I don't think the guy gave a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was trying to steal his daughter, steal his horses.
And his horse, tried to take over his reign. Like,
his lowly daughter. Let's reiterate the lowly woman.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm surprised because I didn't remember this, but I thought he ended up with some woman.
Right?
He ended up with
that would
no
be the
woman,
trajectory.
no horse.
And I thought he was like, she was going to come home with him or like he was going to stay there. Because I couldn't remember. I remembered the ending with him releasing the horse. Right. And I was like, but I also couldn't remember the scenery for it because I was like, did he release it right after the race so it could go off and die on its own free, or is it like I couldn't remember the situation, and it was like, oh well, the girl's there. Did he like meet up? They hook up, and I don't know.
It was all wrong. Dude ended up with nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't say nothing.
And then
he
Viggo
got the treasure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Viggo just, you know what he loves? He loves hiding his bloodline. He does it throughout all of Lord of the Rings, and then he does it again here.
They might as well just call him Strider in this.
Yeah, seriously.
I know. You're so good. I love Viggo.
Yeah.
He's great.
Well, and his character in this is so good. Like Frank is like hardcore. Like at one point he ties Aziz up and he's like gonna drag him. He's like, like, do you want to be taller? Whatever. And then he has like his spur to his neck. I was like, dang, Frank's he's getting salty when he's dehydrated.
Also, let's just talk about how he went and saved the daughter and then still won the race.
Yeah.
It seemed like they basically all made it to the tent camp.
Yeah.
Hung out there for like 4 days. Or like hung out there, like the first person gets there and he gets 4 days. Then everybody else gets whatever it is.
Right.
That's crazy.
It's just funny though, because it's like that just seemed like bullshit, right? Because the guy was already like ready to let him go essentially, and then he's like, "For your freedom, go save my daughter." It's like,
yeah.
What? I thought you pretty much already settled that.
Yeah.
When he saved you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, your deputy stole your little book.
Yeah, he gave him all the information. He figured it all out for him. He's like, no, not good enough.
Yeah. Well, and it's odd that he wins also because Hidalgo gets stabbed and then he's like
straight up injured.
Yeah, like
but it wasn't like a musket. Well, the weird part to that to me was he cut it open. It's like you just made it so much worse.
I know.
You just made it. It's just a flap of skin now. It's not even like
with all the sand.
Not gonna sew it together. Like what the fuck?
Well, he could have just snapped the head off of the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right, and then just
yeah.
And
clearly
then
they were. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, then he did use that spear to kill someone.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. And then he tried to fight the sword guy with it, and he just got chopped up.
Yeah.
But then he owned him.
Yeah. Well, and then at one point when the Falcon's owner dies, like the Falcon just kind of like hops up, and me and Adam were like, "All right, I guess I have a bird now." Like,
I know.
Why don't you
I wanted
come
him to
back
have
with
that
me?
bird so bad.
That would have been great.
Oh my! Lots of interesting stuff goes on in this movie.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of racing. Like there is some racing, right? But
That's
like,
all I remembered.
Yeah, but I did not remember all of the like camping, gotta go save the daughter, the
action
ladies,
scenes,
like,
and
it's very actiony, like way more than I remembered.
Right.
Which makes sense, like if you're trying to make a movie.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna get bored of a horse race.
You say that, but I bet they would make it totally different this time around.
Have you seen Seabiscuit?
Exactly.
Yeah, but how many races occur in that film? Is it just
Probably
one?
multiple. I don't remember.
There's a few. Yeah.
So that's different.
Well, wasn't Seabiscuit a Triple Crown?
I don't remember.
So there would have been probably 3 races.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me look it up.
Yeah, there's definitely a few races in like the
this is
normal
the great race.
thoroughbred races, like the Secretariat, Seabiscuit. Like it's never just the one, I don't think.
Oh yeah, Secretariat. Yeah, maybe that was.
Now let's just talk about how this is a true story.
I know.
Except not really.
What?
Really?
It literally said in the credits, it was like Frank did all this. He won what, like 400 long distance races or some shit?
So apparently the real Frank was a liar.
What the fuck, Frank?
He did win long distance races, but there are no recorded historical races across the desert. The land of the Sea of Fire that he refers to.
Yeah.
The historians from the areas are saying nobody would have ever done that. They would have all died no matter what.
Yeah.
Like they're not racing across.
Me.
What the fuck, Frank? Well, that just puts a little bit of a damper on this.
He is a liar sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
But we could all go to Blackjack Mountain and see Hidalgo's
Yes, we can,
descendants.
in
So I feel like we
Oklahoma.
should do that.
Which is pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool. I wasn't trying to poo-poo on his actual efforts outside of racing.
Yeah.
Just his story. But what's kind of interesting is I think it became what happened was he might not have lied. This is like a story from like, you know how like when people pass down stories, they're different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like, depending on who tells it, like the story changes.
Mm-hmm.
The writer of this, John Fusco, he was doing his movie called Thunderheart.
Okay.
I feel like Tim would know it. I don't know why. 1980s.
Doesn't sound familiar.
So he's
actually, it does a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know why. It just sounded like a Tim film. So this guy's doing research
It's got Val Kilmer in it.
Yeah, see. So he's researching on this film Thunderheart, staying in a Native American like reservation. He was talking to an elderly chief, and the guy was telling him stories about this man Frank and Hidalgo.
Okay.
And that is how the story came to be. He did more research on it, but it likely was a story told by people down to others.
Oh.
So
I
like,
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Frank
I yawned through
embellished,
that
and
bit.
then history was like, Frank did all this stuff.
Well, Frank may have,
Yeah.
for all we know, Frank never embellished.
Yeah, true.
It could just
Yeah,
be.
it may not. It's just telephone game, right? Like
Yeah, the game
he
of
tells a
telephone.
story, and then somebody finds it thrilling, so they tell somebody else that person is not finding it as thrilling, so they make it more extravagant.
Yeah.
Exaggerate it.
Exactly.
Then that person is like, oh, and then they tell the story, but somebody else is not really into it, and then they make it more exciting. You know?
It could be 4 or 5 generations since this happened because it was 1890.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as I want to shit on Frank for being a liar, sometimes
Sometimes, yeah.
we don't know what happened.
True.
I mean, the fact that the horse has, you know,
Yes. He
airs
has
and
a.
stuff
yeah.
kind of is like, okay, he's probably telling some version of the truth.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just
I-
made it, you know.
I think Frank was a cross country, like,
Well, he
horseback
also
rider. He was an
Yeah,
actual.
and he
That
delivered
definitely
mail.
happened.
he delivered mail, right? Like that was his job. So like for him to also do cross country races and to have horses that could have the stamina for it is not far fetched.
Yeah. No, it makes
Like in the
complete
least,
sense.
that could absolutely be like a hobby
Yes.
in between having to deliver, you know, military mail. Essentially, is what it seemed like he did.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of the word right now, but
I think military mail works.
Yeah.
military mail.
Military mail.
He's a military mailman.
Mail call.
Exactly.
And when you see Viggo roll up, you're just like,
Military mail.
man.
Military mailman.
Man.
My letter's here.
A letter for Viggo.
Oh man.
So IMDb lied to me.
Uh-oh. What did they say?
They said this was the last major film released on VHS. I Googled it to double check, and it is not even like the last 10.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I definitely had VHSs after this.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
What about all those? Well, they said major. I was like, what about all those straight-to-video films? There were definitely more shit after this.
Yeah, those are dead. Those are straight to streaming,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I am out.
me too.
I'm out of what I have written down. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like there is, but who knows?
Oh, Clydesdale are the coolest horses.
Those are amazing.
They're so cool.
Although that horses can be frightening just to be next to anyway, just because they're
Yeah.
gigantic fucking animals.
Yeah.
And then you just think of like something that's like, oh, this is a normal horse, and this is a Clydesdale, and it's like twice the size of that.
I know. That's why I said
What?
they're the coolest horse.
Yeah,
I'm not
they're
saying
And then there's
it-
donkeys.
Donkeys are
True.
just funny.
Donkeys are hilarious.
My brother named our bunny after a donkey,
Nice.
Jocko.
Is it the one from Shrek? Oh.
Donkey.
Donkey.
But the critics gave this film a 46%.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Okay.
if you flip those numbers around, you get the audience score at 64%.
Interesting.
IMDb with a 6.7 out of 10, and Google with an 85%. So, Sam, you revisited this film, the 7-letter film.
Yes, the 7-letter film.
Where are you? Are you flipping it on? Where's it getting ranked?
So,
Are you yawning through this whole thing?
I was yawning.
Are we boring you?
I'm flipping it on, and it's gonna be in my 7th spot. So like I have
Jesus
something
Christ.
at the bottom, and then I have Samurai, and I kind of debated. I was like, would I watch Samurai over this or Hidalgo? I think I'm gonna go for Hidalgo, so that's why it's right there. I think it would have been further up in my flip-ons if it had been the movie I remembered. Like I remembered it being more adventure-y and racy, and
Right,
it was like more I'm going to kill you and I'm mad you're out here, which was not bad. Like it's not bad, it's just like, wait, that's not what I remembered. So
Yeah.
that's why it kind of fell down, but it's definitely like it's not a flip-off, at least not for me. It's a little bit longer than I probably would have liked to, but there's worse out there. Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good film. I'm struggling where I want to put it. It's definitely a flip on. It's a fun film. It's good to watch. You know, it's kind of a bit of a heartstring sort of film, right?
Yeah.
But it could have been that in so much more depth than like adding in the actiony parts and stuff like that. Like, I understand why they did that. He's a cowboy, whatever. But kind of like how Seabiscuit and everything, it's all about the race. It's all about the horse. It's all about its feet and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they could have really struck gold if they did that. Which again, it's a good film. So I would watch this over Creature from the Black Lagoon and Samurai and everything. So I actually bumped Creature down and put this as number 2 for now.
Okay.
Nice.
Because Creature I liked a lot, but I think I would watch. And I'm just thinking because I won't watch these two again anytime soon. But if I were to turn them on, it'd be background noise, and I'd probably turn Hidalgo on before Creature. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense. I would also flip it on.
Nice.
But mine is technically going to be in the 3rd spot, but I'm not doing what these bozos are doing. I'm just letting it fall where it falls and putting it in between films that I want it to.
Okay.
So it goes Samurai, Sixth Sense, Hidalgo.
Wow.
Yep.
Leon the Professional, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and then the flip-offs
Nice.
of Bridesmaids and Shadow in the Cloud.
Nice.
There you go.
Now, I do have Shadow in the Cloud in the last position.
All the way at the bottom.
I think we all do, right?
We do.
Yeah.
It is at the very bottom, and it likely will stay there, so that's why I actually put it there.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to laugh if anybody moves it from the last spot because we all seem on the same page about that for now.
It ain't happening. Like the only way it happens is if we watch like
Swept Away.
Like what's the other bullshit monster truck one?
Yeah.
The alien monster truck. What was
Back
that?
at
Monster
it again.
Trucks.
Oh, just monster trucks. Is that what it's called? Great.
Sam's mom bought that film.
Classic stuff.
But moving on to next week, let's spin to see what we've got. We got double digits.
Double digits.
So Tim over here has to pick a film that is 99 minutes or less.
Nice.
That's joy.
That's much more
I guess
exciting.
it's kind of nice after a 2 hour
Yes,
movie.
I agree. I like a little variety in my length.
Yeah.
Cripes almighty, where my best ferret's at? If you don't get that reference, make sure to go watch Coraline and then come back to me. I'll wait. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. I'm actually here to not talk about Coraline. I'm here to talk about our social media. So what do we have on social media? We've got Instagram. We've got that new thing called Threads. And the user handle on both of those is @FlipperFlix. Feel free to follow us there, like our pictures, laugh at our memes, make fun of our blurry memes, whatever you would like to do to stay up to date with us. We also have a website called flipperflix.com. Very easy. We try to make it as easy and seamless for you guys as possible. On there, you'll see some of our bios. You can also access the RSS feed to listen to any episode you would like, get a little bit more in-depth on the categories, as well as the best part ever, you can recommend movies for us. So feel free to fill out a little contact us form, recommend a movie for us, and we promise we'll attempt to watch it in the next however many years. You can also recommend movies for us straight to our Gmail. Yes, we are old school. We have email at flipperflix@gmail.com. Write us a note. Be like, hey, I dig your show, but I would dig it even more if you watch this movie. Anyway, What else do we have? Well, it wouldn't be a social media segment if I didn't ask you to like and subscribe to our show on whatever podcasting platform you are using. Also, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to us ramble as I am doing right now. You can subscribe, you can rate us. We're a 5-star podcast, at least we think we are. So make sure you go ahead and rate us on Amazon, Google, Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, Podchaser. Am I just listing podcasting platforms for the fun of it? Yes, I am. But it remains the mission of you to still rate us. Also, if you subscribe, a little fun bony bonus is that you'll get notified anytime we drop an episode, and we drop an episode on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Although Adam likes to make fun of me because it's not always Eastern Standard Time. There's also Eastern Daylight Time or Eastern Time. Whichever way it is at this part of the year, it's at 1 p.m., all right? On Thursday on the East Coast. So feel free to hang out, check out with us. Go ahead and subscribe, and we'd be happy to have you join our little podcast community. We're very grateful. That's all I got. And if you didn't watch Coraline by the time I spewed through all of this, you better go watch Coraline now. Deuces.